So in part 1, I asked for 500 likes, and right now it is currently at 6,700 likes. So that being said, welcome to Scariest Scenes in Non-Horror Movies Part 2. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a sub. First up, we have the basement scene from Zodiac. In this scene, the character Robert, a cartoonist who becomes obsessed in the Zodiac killer investigation, explores a basement in the home of the suspected Zodiac killer.
The poster that Rick drew. The handwriting is the closest that we have ever come to a match.
Rick didn't draw any posters. I do the posters myself. It's my handwriting.
I would have walked out bro's house with the quickness if he just confirms that his handwriting is the one that lines up with the Zodiac killer. Nick, that means it's you! His face right here kills me, because honestly, what do you say? You just admitted to the man that you were investigating whoever's handwriting it was. Now he knows you're looking for him, and he could be the potential killer. You're just cooked. You're already done at this point.
I won't take any more of your time.
Why don't I just go and find out when we play that film?
But that's all right.
It's not a problem. Just down in the basement.
Not many people have basements in California.
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where you invoke your Second Amendment rights. If you're trying to get away from a potential serial killer and he is just insisting you go down to his basement, you light that man up like a Christmas tree. There's no way in hell I'm taking that lightly.
Come in, Mr. Basement. Studio One sheets I always kept for myself.
I feel like this is when they really start amping up the anxiety factor, because now you don't know if he's getting ready to be ambushed in this basement or not.
Are you sure there's nobody else in the house?
Would you like to go upstairs and check?
No. Thank you. Thanks for everything.
You're welcome.
I like how you can visually see that his fear and anxiety is starting to overwhelm him with his eye twitch and everything. Jake Gyllenhaal is a really good actor, and he's really selling the anxiety bit of this scene. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely jumped right here because it just builds up everything so perfectly. His house being key locked from the inside is probably about the biggest red flag there. It's like that man's making sure you can't escape. Overall, this scene is just a true chef's kiss and tension building. The way the vibe in the house shifts from this is a safe place to goddamn this could possibly be my tomb is just 10 out of 10. Next up, we have a scene from the 2006 movie Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth is about a young girl named Ophelia who discovers a mysterious labyrinth and meets a faun who sets her up on a quest to prove herself as a reincarnation of a lost princess. One of the challenges she faces involves encountering the Pale Man, a horrifying creature who lives in a dark, eerie banquet hall. I know she's there to prove herself and everything, but I seriously would have considered my options if I see cracked out Casper the Ghost in Diddy's dungeon. The souls of the damned and drawings all over showing how they were brutally killed. I should definitely stick around here for a little bit longer. So after she get what she needs, she for some God-forgiven reason decides to go back over to where that monster is at. Mind you, she just seen drawings all over the wall of it killing children in a pile of shoes, and she still goes back over there. I feel like this scene in particular, out of everything so far, just has me really yelling at the screen at the character, because it's like, look behind you, the signs are there, like, get away. Like, she's in so much obvious danger, but this mother has like the IQ of a ham sandwich and just does not care. I think personally that the Pale Man was the best thing in this movie, and I say that because I seen this movie when I was younger, but I don't remember anything of it but the Pale Man. I don't know why, but for some reason, just everything from the design, the way it moved, the sounds it made, just its old wrinkly body, it was just something really unforgettable about it. Okay, I can't talk about what's scary anymore. This scene just pisses me off too much. There is no possible way that Ophelia did not hear this motherfucker stand up 2 inches behind her when it's literally making the loudest lung noises I've ever heard come out of anything before. And on top of that, when it does show itself and the fairies are trying to defend this mind-numbingly stupid character, she just sits there. I just had to get that off my chest. Overall, the best thing about this scene has to be the Pale Man, based off the sheer fact that the only thing I can remember from this movie is him, and I'm curious of how many of you guys share the same sentiment. The only thing that itches me about this scene is the negative survival skill coming from Ophelia. I don't care if she's like 6 years old, she's stupid.
What a beauty. Jeez, Hirsch.
If a man comes over, grabs my wife by the waist, and is telling her things about how beautiful she is, and she starts coming out of breath, oh hell no.
It's you. It's you. Honey, it's the butcher. It's the butcher.
Well, gosh darn, Hirsch. You didn't tell me your wife was one of them vegetarians.
She is literally shaking while pointing at this man and crying. And they're just like, what are you tripping about? Hey, get over yourself. Come get a beer. Like, oh my goodness. There's no way someone doesn't react when someone acts like that. Like, that's not normal to seeing another person and having that reaction.
Call the police. Call the police. It's Mueller. Please, please call the police. Please.
I think she's having some kind of episode.
So around the first time I seen this scene, I always wondered how come she didn't just leave on her own and call the cops, but then I realized she really expected the people around her, her trusted people, to help her in a dire need of situation, and they just did jack shit besides just like try to gaslight her and calm her down. She's yelling Nazi and shaking profusely. Maybe we should pay attention to that.
What are you doing? What is happening?
This nigga Richtofen is playing no games. He has not missed one shot that whole time. Yeah, you might have fucked up. I don't know if I would have been crying or laughing at my friend after he just got shot, because I would have been like, I just told you, did I not?
30 years of work that was. An entire life built. Marrying that American pig, siring 3 tainted swine. How long I'd wanted to snap their little necks.
Oh, he's crazy for real, for real. Yeah, I would have started tweaking out too if I seen the fucking Grim Reaper standing right before me. It's like, imagine pulling up to the cookout to see the homies, and you're like, oh my god, is that Hitler?
Where their blood is on your hands, my girl. Leave it to the Jew to think only of its own pathetic existence.
I know that Jew isn't technically a slur, but this guy, he definitely, come on now, that's definitely a slur.
Du hast gedacht, der Krieg ist vorbei.
I would be so mad before I died if I gotta listen to this jackass speak Kino detergent in my ears before he shoots me.
We survived. And we'll survive again.
You didn't survive, you marinated.
He read those lines a little too well. He just did. This actor, he sells this role too perfectly. You know that one scene?
What are you doing, man? Shut the fuck up, Nick. Keep driving, you black spear chucker piece of shit, Nick!
I feel like we need to get both of them in one movie and just make the most racist thing possible. I don't know what they're gonna hate, but they need to hate something and they need to be in the same movie.
What a hungry boy I've been. What hungry boys and girls we've all been.
What hungry boys and girls we've all been. Just hearing that would send utter chills down my spine, because it confirms that the threat was never truly dealt with, that they just been out there hiding, which has to be some scary last thoughts going through your head when thinking about the rest of your people.
Seek hell!
Overall, this scene is just scary because it's just nothing but pure human evil. I feel like throughout horror media in general, I don't think any monster or creation that can be made even comes close to just playing out human evil, because that shit is dark. For the next scene, we have Wade Wilson's transformation into Deadpool.
Now what we're going to do is lower the oxygen concentration in the air to the exact point you feel like you're suffocating. If your brainwave's slow, meaning you're about to pass out, then we'll turn up the O2. If your heart rate slows, meaning you're able to catch your breath, we'll turn it back down. And that's where we'll leave you. Right there.
Okay, besides the absolute nightmare fuel that came out of his mouth, just being in this situation of strapped down to a table in this small glass tube, unable to move that much, would already freak me the fuck out.
Your secret, Wade? This workshop doesn't make superheroes, we make super slaves. We're gonna fit you with a control collar and auction you off to the highest bidder.
Excuse me, I came in for a small cough. It's like, so this guy's doctor's office, you can just go in for a common cold and you just wake up somewhere in the Middle East fighting God knows who.
You're never going home after this. Now there's a brave face.
Mr. Beast when his contestants talk back. For this next part, I'm just gonna let it play, and there's no way you can tell me this doesn't make your heart start racing. I think his body transformation has to be one of the scariest in a non-horror movie. From the sound effects to just hearing him gasp for air in the background, the way his skin bubbles and deforms and the crunching of it, it just sounds brutal.
Did I say this was a love story? No, it's a horror movie.
Look, he even said it himself. If you liked the video, make sure you drop a sub and drop a comment for some scenes for a potential part 3. Sorry this took so long to come out. I just had some things going on. Thank you for 28,000 subscribers. I am now back with the uploads. I'm so sorry for being gone. I love you. Free Kanye. Mwah.